My name is Steve Madrid, and let me ask you a question. Can your phlebotomy cart do this? Well, LabBuggy can. Again, my name is Steve Madrid, and I want to thank you for doing business with us. This will be a tutorial video to help acquaint you with some of the features that your LabBuggy has to offer and to make things easier to work with. Now again, some of the key points that I was trying to accomplish when I first built my very first prototype is that I wanted the buggy to be lightweight, collapsible. I wanted a closed, covered toolbox. I wanted a large, standard-sized sharps box, a nice receptacle for a red bag, and nice, quiet wheels. So let me show you a little bit more about what this is about. And again, what you see here is that it's in its collapsed position, which enables it to stand upright on its own, even on carpeted floors. Now, when I'm ready to put it to work, all I have to do is lean it forward onto its two front legs, push here at the top of the toolbox, and it will open into its locked, ready to work position. Here on the lid, I've got a nice keyed lock, and I provide you with two keys for that. In the middle area of the toolbox, we've got a nice paper clip for your requisitions and your labels. And right up here at the top of the lid, I can custom build you a spot to hold your handheld label maker. The only thing that I will need for that is the dimensions of the machine that you used. These two magnets that you see here on the lid are there so that when you raise the lid, they will engage with the handle of the buggy and keep the lid up and out of your way. Now, the array that you see here is something that I have found that just works out the best for me. It's 6 inches deep. It's a large toolbox. It has everything that you would need. I've got vacuum holders, tourniquets, tubes, Vacutainer needles. I also provide you with pre-cut foam blocks that you can use to raise some of these things a little bit higher and easier to reach. One of the suggestions that I will make is to stock your toolbox amply but frugally. One of the mistakes that I've seen over the years is that lab techs sometimes just carry way too much stuff with them. It's really not necessary. You can always replenish your toolbox when you get back to your workstation. One of the things that I like to do is I keep a divided box with my supplies in the trunk of my car when I'm making mobile rounds. So as I'm working through my workload out there from nursing home to long-term acute care centers, whatever it is that I'm working out there with, I can always replenish my box back in my car. I also provide you with 2 quality snap lid containers, and what these are for are some of the things that you just don't use very often. I keep my keys here. I've got lancets, microtainers, some of the specialty tubes that I just don't use very often. And you're going to find that these little snap lid containers fit perfectly down into these wells. This front receptacle that I have here, I like to put gloves here. And I can probably put about 30 gloves in there. Plenty to make standard round when I'm out there in the field. Now, I like to use the lid as a work table to organize, tag, and bag my specimens. So what I do is when I've got my specimens ready to roll, all I've got to do is bag them up, put them in the central pocket, and I leave them there so that they don't jostle around. Let's talk about the sharps box. Now, the receptacle here on the bottom rail keeps the sharps box securely in place and moving when you are in transport. Now, when it is time to change your sharps box, all you have to do is open up this elastic Velcro belt, slip your sharps box out, make your replacement, and then reattach this Velcro belt. Now, one of the things that I'll make a suggestion to you, keep the Velcro belt attached like you see here. And it is attached to another Velcro attachment on the back part of this receptacle. But try to leave that intact so that it's easier to get your box in and out. So all I have to do is slip this up here, retighten my Velcro belt, and I'm ready to roll. Okay, let's talk about the biohazard bag receptacle. This comes out here. It's a little detachable bracket that holds your 14.5 by 19-inch biohazard bag, and I will provide you with information on where to get those bags. Snap that back together. It is attached with Velcro technology here, so just reattach here. Make sure that that is tight. Make some adjustments about how far you want that down. I try to have it usually to about the top of the receptacle so that it doesn't play down too far. Now on the back part of the buggy, you will find a rail that is attached right here, and the reason for that is so that when it goes into its collapsed motion, it keeps that biohazard bag from dragging when you go into transport. Okay? And then while I've got it up here in the spot here, let me talk to you about something else. These are magnets that you see right here, and these magnets, what they do is they keep the buggy in its collapsed position. So when I lean it forward, it's in its locked and open position, and when I let it collapse, these magnets hold everything together. So try to keep those magnets in place, don't take those off. Now these bumpers that you see right up here, the reason for these bumpers is that in the event that you drop your buggy, they're there to protect your locking mechanism. Now my suggestion is try not to drop it, but I know that from time to time it will happen. I build the buggy with a robust design, and it should last you for many, many years. But in the event that you do drop it, that's what the bumpers are there for. Now this spacer that you see right here is attached with Velcro. Don't detach this because it's really important. What that does is that when I collapse the buggy, that spacer keeps the wheels from touching this rail here. It just keeps them back a little bit and keeps that upright position. Okay. Now the next thing I want to talk to you about is that when you put it into the trunk of your car, remember, don't hold it here and here because it will want to open up on you. Remember to do this. Just hold back here, right under the back part of the toolbox, and then just under the sharps box, and it keeps it together. That way you can put it into your car, pull it out of your car, just makes everything work so much better. Okay, let's talk a little bit about going up and down stairs or steps. Now, when you climb stairs or steps, let it climb with you from behind. That's one of the things that I found with my 7-inch wheels is that they'll encounter just about any stair or step and climb with you efficiently. But when you go down stairs or steps, let it descend in front of you and then you follow it down. So after I've collected my samples, I've tagged and bagged my specimens, I've thanked my patient, and I'm ready to get back to the lab, there's only one more thing to do in the sequence. Roll with it, baby. Thanks for doing business with us.